Tonight on Greater Montclair, we'll be looking at how Montclair residents are making a difference in music education. We'll be talking with Dave Wish from Little Kids Rock, Alma Schneider from Parents Who Rock, and Melissa Walker from Jazz House Kids. Stay with us. Welcome back to Greater Montclair. Tonight we're looking at music education and those who are making a difference in Montclair. And I'm delighted to welcome to the show Dave Wish from Little Kids Rock. Dave, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Sarah.
And I'd love to just start out by hearing a little bit about Little Kids Rock. I know you founded it yourself. Can you tell us how this came to be?
Sure. I was working as a school teacher in a low-income school out in California that had no music program, and I'm also a musician. So I decided to start offering free classes initially to my first grade students, and that was supposed to be the end game. But we wound up having a lot of fun. The second graders wanted it in, the third graders wanted it, and more kids wanted it in, and it got to the point where I had to start turning kids away. And at that point I started reaching out to my teacher friends saying, hey, can you help me out here? What have you took on a section? And I started training other teachers to give free lessons to their students. And essentially that's what Little Kids Rock does to this day. We recruit and train public school teachers to give free instruments and free lessons to children primarily in low-income communities across the United States.
Wow, so what started really as just a project in your own classroom with you giving free lessons to kids really turned into this nationwide organization. And just to back up a little bit to something you said a moment ago, you identify the districts with the high needs, and then you partner with them in order to train their teachers?
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I was not alone in that one district in California, and if you want to know where the high concentrations of low-income kids are in the United States, it's in the inner city neighborhoods. So we're currently targeting the top 100 largest U.S. cities in the United States as part of our strategic plan. We're in about 20 of them right now, and we're hoping to hit 50 within the next 3 years.
So you're partnering with 20 different school districts across the country.
Yes.
That's
more.
amazing.
Actually, we're in 11 states, and in some states, like in Texas, we're in 3 cities. In California, we're in 4 cities.
Wow.
So it's more like about 3 dozen major U.S. School districts.
Wow, and you're training those teachers, you're providing those students with instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of music program are they doing? Is it up to each school to define their own program, or are you really helping support them with curriculum and training?
We're really shaping that path. So we build a music program that we like to call Modern Band. And it's, I like to think of it as sort of the antidote to kids who go to school, go through a music program, maybe they feel they don't have talent, or maybe they didn't practice, etc. They quit, and they grow up with what I like to call regret syndrome. When you ask people, do you play? Oh, well, you know, when I was a kid, I studied this, that, or the other thing, and I quit. Now I wish I could play. So I'm reminded of the old saying, you know, life is uncertain, so eat your dessert first. So we try to get children playing the music that they love, first and foremost up front, and we call our program Modern Band. So we're trying to get our partnering districts around the country to bring a new seat to the musical table. So if they're fortunate enough to still have music programs, they'll typically have jazz, orchestra, marching band, and chorus. And what we're offering is sort of none of the above. We're working with those same teachers, but to run a modern band program, to reach a segment of the population that might not join a more traditional music program, and to offer more opportunity to a greater number of students.
Now, I think a lot of us understand that there are benefits to children playing and learning to play music beyond those that affect other subjects. We've heard a lot that playing music can help with math scores and can help with reading and things like that, but certainly there's value in and of itself in learning to play music. How do you respond to those who say music is so valuable and so important, our school districts should be funding our music programs?
I couldn't agree with them more. And so Little Kids Rock, for example, partners with the districts and has the greatest impact when the district is making the investment in their teachers. So let's say, for example, in Tampa, where we're reaching over half the schools and 34% of the entire student body of the Tampa public school system, which is the 8th largest school district in the United States, we can only do that because the Hillsborough Public Schools have invested in a music teacher at every single school. We can't scale to reach that level. So the value of what we're adding, you figure the district is paying for all of those salaries year after year after year. our value proposition is let us leverage and activate your teaching force in a way that they could not and would not do without
I
us.
see.
We donate instruments and we donate the curriculum, the training, but the lion's share is still being done by the district, and it's really a partnership.
I see. So you're not really letting the districts off the hook. You're really making it possible for them to do more with less money.
No, although, and this is slightly controversial, we will work with districts that have no music programs as well. In that case, we establish what we like to call beachhead programs. So in a district that has eliminated all of their music teachers, we'll work with the remaining general ed teachers to run small after-school enrichment programs. But again, those school teachers, one of the things that's been really heartwarming to see over the last 10 years is a lot of times those teachers who are coming into a school with no music program, the principal, who often gets to make the decision as to whether or not they'll be a music teacher, says, you know what, I really like what you're doing, and I want you to do that full time. I can get another second grade school teacher, and they'll replace you. And now our school has a music teacher again.
So you're really finding a way also to make the argument very concretely that the school does need to reintroduce music.
Very much so.
And how would you describe Montclair on this sort of wide spectrum that you're working with some very, very needy districts? How would you describe Montclair's music program in terms of, clearly we don't have no music program. There are some rich aspects to it. How would you describe Montclair's program, and how do you feel Little Kids Rock has been able to supplement what we offer here?
Well, I think that my mentor did a study in New Jersey about access to arts education. I think one of the things that people in Montclair would find very shocking is that there's no statistical connection between the socioeconomic status of a child and their access to music education in the public schools. So what am I trying to say? Think of the particularly high taxes we pay here in Montclair. This does not translate to your child having any more access to music education in the schools than, say, a child in Camden or a child in Newark. So what I would say is that the program in Montclair is good. The teachers are committed. It's fairly anemic in terms of its size. What Little Kids Rock has been able to do here is what we've done everywhere. Our mission is that we transform children's lives by restoring and revitalizing music education in the public schools. So in Montclair in particular, we have contributed over 200 brand new instruments to music teachers and general ed teachers in Montclair, and they in turn currently are reaching over 200 students, but we've been doing this for a period of years, so probably over the last 3 years, somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 to 500 students have participated in the program. And this is lasting capacity. The instruments stay here, as do the trained teachers who use our curriculum, et cetera.
It's really just been a tremendous treat to chat with you today about Little Kids Rock. We're very happy to have the program here in Montclair and have it really supplementing our music program and also reminding all of us how important music education is. In honor of your work and to celebrate your terrific work in our community and beyond, Greater Montclair is delighted to present you with a check for $250 to Little Kids Rock.
Sarah. Wow.
It's our pleasure, and we really are so excited about the work you're doing, and we urge those who are interested in learning more about Little Kids Rock to check out the website on our screen and to get involved, to make a difference. And if you're interested in finding out about music programs for your child or in your child's school, Little Kids Rock is one place where you can find out more. Dave Wish, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Greater Montclair, the show where we shine a spotlight on the individuals and organizations in our area making a difference. Please find a way to step up, make a difference yourself, contribute, and help us all make Montclair greater. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and learning more about the individuals and organizations in our area who are making a difference in music education. On our next episode, please join us as we look at the issue of hunger in Montclair and find out how organizations and individuals are approaching that important issue. We're so delighted you could join us, and we want to thank our sponsors of tonight's episode. School of Rock on Valley Road here in Montclair was generous enough to donate $250 to Little Kids Rock, and we thank them so much for being the sponsors of tonight's show. We'd also like to thank our other sponsors and urge you, if you're interested in making a difference, to reach out to Greater Montclair to find out how you can get involved. Thank you so much again for joining us. Please find a way that you can get involved in the organizations in our area and find out how you can help make Montclair greater.